Hey, how y'all doing? Jill and Joan almost escaped before I was paying attention. How you guys doing? Listen, I'm laying on my bed, trying not to get in it. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been in that position? Just Saturday. It's raining outside, and there's a lull in the action. I got a problem with Big Boy. I got a big problem with Big Boy, and I'm upset with myself about it. So when I go in there, it doesn't calm me down. It upsets me. Not really upsets me, but it's just not the ooh. I mean, because me and Big Boy, we get in there and I can tape. And if I want to paint, I can paint. If I wanna glue, I can glue. I got tacky glue. I got Elmer's glue. I got a glue gun. I got new saws. And I got these tacks, and I'm learning how. Oh, busy girl, but I got a problem, and now I'm not happy. So I got to find something else to do that'll make me have fun. But anyway, so my son could see that I was not happy yesterday. I don't know why. Something happened because when I came here, I was happy. I'm always happy when I come here, though. I don't know why. I guess I got nobody to talk to. But anyway, my son says, "Mom, you've been pretty low these last couple of days." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I know." And it was a tough week for a lot of reasons. A lot was going on. A lot was going on in the family wide issues, and you know how it's just hard sometimes. And usually I'm the answer woman. What do you need? 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 But anyway, I'm cool with it. I'm good with it. But I guess I got a little, sad. Well, anyway, so my son says to me, "Why don't you go to the grocery store, Mom?" Because I've gotten back into Instacarting. And he goes, "Why don't you go to the grocery store, Mom, and talk to some of your friends?" If that is not the saddest statement in the world, go to the grocery store for companionship. This is what my son tells me. Now, ain't that pitiful? And the funny thing is, then he said, "Well," I said, "I should go because I do like the people at the grocery store. They're my favorite people." When some of my favorite people. And so I had this one guy at the grocery store. His name was Ben. And Ben used to be collecting carts and all that. And he's probably about my age. He might be a little older, but he's about my age. And I used to come in that grocery store with my mother all the time. And my mother and I were in the grocery store, we were always fussing. Because my mama wanted to look at everything. She wanted to see each peach. She wanted at every angle. And then she wants to get 17 of them. I said, "Mom, I need one." "No, get more, get two, get three." And her thing is, she would go to the grocery store every day. And I think it's because, when you have an old, overwhelming trauma, it never quite leaves you. My mother was born in the 30s, and she had to be put in an orphanage for a while because her mother couldn't afford to feed her. Food was like, maybe we eating, maybe we don't. Now we got to go to this orphanage, the Chicago orphanage for Negro children or whatever. And she hated it in there because they were just mean to her. And once she got married to my dad, it never left her that joy. I can buy as much food as I want. I can buy 2, 3, 4. And that strain of I can't eat all the time. I don't always have access to food, which is, that strikes in the heart of you. The most basic emotional survival thing is can't eat, can't eat. And my mother was like, once she could buy anything she wanted, and yes, I know my socks don't match, the joy of it never left her. And it was a nice joy to have, I think. Although as she got older and older, she got into these things, buying vitamins a lot, because she knew she wasn't doing well. But anyway, that's a whole nother story that I don't need to tell. But you know what I mean? The things that happen to you then, pop up on you now. But it was a good pop up. She wasn't afraid. It gave her joy knowing she could eat, she can buy anything in the grocery store, and she could buy a few of them. And that always gave her joy. But anyway, when she died, one day I walked to the store. And Ben said, "Where's Mom?" And I said, "I'm so sorry. She died." And he always called me Judge. "Yo, Judge." He would call me Judge and called her Mom. And then he said, "I'm so sorry, kiddo." He hugged me, and he never called me Judge again. He called me kiddo throughout our time there. So, like we were having a relationship. But anyway, my son said, "Hey, why don't you go over there and see Ben to the grocery store? He's trying to lift my spirits." I said, "Ben retired." And he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Now, this is sad when you have a moment because your favorite stalker at the grocery store retired. But I do have friends. I do. This is one right here. Her name is Donna. Brilliant woman. Brilliant. We were at lunch. And she has her own podcast. And I'm going to put the name on it down here. I don't know who I was on it. I don't remember the name. Terrible, but I love her. And she took out to lunch. And she's the one she always drives. Because she knows I don't like to drive. So I got a friend. So I have a friend. But when I went to the grocery store today, Tracy was, I think it's Tracy. Oh, God, I'm so terrible with names. But she's my girl. She is my favorite checkout clerk. And we got up there. You know how you got a lot of stuff. I had my glasses in my hand. I had a credit card in my hand. I had my what do you call those little the list of things that I never look at in my hand. And then I had, and in this grocery store, because it's hood adjacent, small items like I had to buy toothpaste and razors. And it's in a separate part of the store, and you have to check out of that part of the store separately. So I put the thing. I don't know why I told you that. It has something to do with the story, but now I don't remember what. But anyway, so I get in the lane. Oh, that's right, because I had a lot of crap in my hands, because I had the receipt from the thing, and then I was looking for another. I pulled the wrong card, and I was having issues. We were putting stuff, we were talking, and I said, "Oh, wait." And she said, "Stop. Just stop." Because I was panicking. I said, "We're going to handle it. We're going to handle it. What you looking for? Don't move. What you looking for?" I said, "Well, I'm looking for my..." "Hang on. Now put that card here. Wait. And she, got me together. And I said, "Listen, thank you so much." I said, she took it with the seriousness that I took it with. And I was like, and she said, I said, "Thank you for that." I said, "When my son's with me, when I left my purse somewhere, and my son made fun of me for being excited about it." He said, she goes, "They don't know. They don't understand. They don't understand how important it is. They don't understand. We got 90 things going on." He says, "My son's the same way. I got excited." She said, "I left my car yesterday at the..." We had a ball talking about our kids. And I'm doing 97 things. You doing one and looking at me and wondering why, the 96th thing didn't get done quite right. Oh, we was just a fussing and a laughing. Just a fussing and a laughing. And it made my day. And then I came home. I still had the same problem with Big Boy. My TV broke. And I still haven't put my so anyway, here I am. So now, but that's where it I consider that a great story. I'm just trying to keep up. I'm going to stay up on top of the covers. I don't want to get up under them. You know what I mean? Because what'll happen is, like, then I'm going to take my socks off, and then, one that hat off, and then I can put on my jammy bottoms. Next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. I'm in the bed with 3 computers and 2 phones. Not quite sure what I'm doing. To isolate myself. So, one more thing. I told y'all last time I was going to tell you a joke. Oh, I do have a question for you, though. Some guy asked me in the comments, why don't women have a sense of humor? I think we do. I think I have a sense of humor. I laugh at myself all day long. I got a couple of laughs on the TV show. Now, I don't know if he's asking why there aren't more female comedians, but that was hard to break in back to the day. But there are a lot of them. Catherine Madigan and Wanda Sykes and Amy Poehler and, there are all kinds of. But if he wants to know why in general women aren't humorous, don't have a sense of humor, I don't know if that's true. Because I got a lot of friends and we laugh. But the thing might be, we might be laughing at different things. Do you know what I'm saying? Women might find, me and Tracy found that stuff funny because we live it and we understand it. My son would not be able to engage into that. And everybody has a different sense of humor. Everybody has a different sense of humor. It's so funny when my mother was dying and she was in the back room over there. My sister used to fly in every weekend to see her. And they would get back there and cackle like 2 hens. Laughing and just hilarious. And, and then my sister would leave and then I would go in. Then I would kind of listen to what they would be laughing about. So then I would try to make mom laugh. So I said something that my sister would say that would make her laugh. And she just looked at me. And I said, I'm trying to be funny. She said, you and I don't share the same sense of humor. Now, Mom and I are tight. We were tight, thick as thieves. I wrote a book about her. My Mother's Rules, Practical Guide to Become an Emotional Genius. And she wasn't an emotional genius. She was. And if you listen to her like I did, instead of being, just rocking in a corner somewhere, wondering why it isn't safe, I'm up and at 'em. I've been on TV and everything. I had no business being where I am with my emotionality because I'm very shy and retiring, even though everything I do seems to indicate that that is not true. But it is. But anyway, she goes, you and I don't share the same sense of humor. Your cat, I said, but I'm trying to be like Kathy. Kathy always makes you laugh. I can't make you laugh. And she said, Lynn, I need one Kathy and I need one Lynn. Everybody's supposed to do their role. I don't need you to do anything that she does for me, and I don't need her to do anything that you do for me. One Kathy, one Lynn. So also it might be women think different things are funny. Also, women might laugh more when y'all not in the room. And I don't know who you are, and I don't know what women you run around to, because I know what? Some stuff that would be really funny on the south side of Chicago will not go over in the Hamptons. So you don't know. I don't know what women you know or what you're talking about. I don't know if it's a general idea I'm funny. I don't know. We work pretty hard. I'll tell you that. I don't think we're humorless. I just think we have a different sense of humor. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you think we're humorless, we might be. Tell me. Explain it to me. I love to hear a good theory. I've done no research on it. I don't know what. I know a lot of funny women. My sister-in-law are always in tears. Just laughing. I don't know. Oh, speaking of no sense of humor, I remember I was supposed to tell you a joke the other day and I completely and utterly forgot. Well, it's a joke I stole from Joel Osteen. his smile makes me want to take a nap. You know, it's just, I ain't got nothing against the brother. I don't even know him. He told a good joke. I messed with it a little bit, but the basic joke was his. So here's my joke. So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith were in a car accident. Kaboom. Mrs. Smith, the immediate fatality. She goes straight up to heaven. She gets to the gate, and Peter says, "You want to come into heaven?" She said, "Yes, I do." And she goes, "What do I need to do to get in?" He said, "All you need to do is spell the word." And he says, "What's the word?" And the word is love. And she said, LOV. And Peter opened up the gates and let her in. And he said, "Now listen, I gotta go take care of some business over here. You saw how this works. The next person to come on up, you just do what I did." So in the meantime, in between time, her husband, who was also critically injured in the crash, goes to the hospital. He doesn't make it, passes on the, what do you call that? The operating table. Boom. He goes up to heaven, and there's his wife standing at the door, and he goes, "Oh my God, this is wonderful. This is just terrific. You're here. I'm here. We're together. Oh, let you come in." She goes, "I can't just let you in. You have to go by the rules." And he goes, "Well, what's the rules?" She goes, "You just got to spell a word." And he goes, "What's the word?" And she says, "Czechoslovakia." If you ever been mad at your spouse, that's a funny joke.